Hello, I'm here with the wonderful second violinist of the Sacconi Quartet, Hannah Dawson, and brilliant double bassist, Andy Marshall, who feature in Hora Bessarabia on my new Heartfelt album. Hello, both of you. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, really good.
Great to see you. And we've also got, you can see a little hand just below Hannah's hand of, this is Molly, who was actually present at our recording sessions, but in your tummy.
Yes. Yeah, she very much enjoys your music.
Oh, was she quite active during any of it, or was she soothed?
You know what? People ask that to me a lot. The few times I did play when I was pregnant, I always felt bad for not. I mean, I felt her presence very much, but I didn't notice the kind of kicking so much because I was, having to play the violin, and that's sometimes quite a lot of brain power.
So, Hora Bessarabia was originally written for the Menuhin International Violin Competition and as a test piece for their senior competitors. And it's based on gypsy music from Eastern Europe, which I'm very much at home with because of my Eastern European and Balkan DNA. And it's really wild in places, but quite chilled in other places. And I asked you both to find your inner gypsy, which I think you did absolutely brilliantly. The other thing that's lovely about you is you've known each other a very long time. How did you meet?
Andy, you say.
Well, I think it was first night of Freshers Week. I think we met at one of the parties. Well, but yeah, I think that must have been about 22 years ago. Yeah, first night at the Royal College of Music.
Yeah,
we've been good mates ever since.
That's wonderful. And it's so fantastic because I'm not just saying this, I really mean it, is that the bond between you two and your friendship really shine out when you play. And if you want to see Hannah and Andy performing this piece together, you can go to the Sacconi Quartet's YouTube channel, and it should still be on there from a July concert last year. But it also really shines through when you're listening to the music and you're having to sort of spark off each other all the time. So this duet version of Hora Bessarabia, which actually one of the senior finalists from the competition commissioned for her and her bassist boyfriend to perform, actually had its world premiere in Auschwitz. And the piece ends very triumphantly. And I love the thought of it almost being like a sort of a show of defiance and a snub to the Nazis who killed 21,000 gypsies in Auschwitz. But there's so much spirit in that kind of music, and you capture it beautifully. And I'm in awe because in the last section, in the last hoina, it's actually this fiendish Bulgarian rhythm, which is in 11/16. How did you get that? How did you get that going? And how did you get it together so well?
Oh, thank you.
Well, we got it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You can't do it at festival, and you practice, and then suddenly it's completely in your blood. And actually that stays. It's really cool. It feels very instinctive after a while, but it takes a while to get there. Yeah. But like all the music, it does end up becoming part of you, which is why it's so amazing to play it, because it feels very free once you've got the structure.
In the Doiner, in the first part, you just end up having to feel it, didn't you, Hannah?
Yeah.
These sort of interweaving lines.
But it takes enormous skill from both of you to do that, because I'm asking you to sort of be improvisatory about it and sort of pull it about, but you've still got to stay in tune with each other and what you're doing. And I was so impressed with how you did that. You did it absolutely beautifully. And then there was one point as well where you have to do foot tapping and stamping as well. And I always imagine that must be a bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy.
You're right, it is actually. I mean, again, it's becomes more and more fun, and it's just great to be asked to do that kind of thing that you generally generally aren't asked to do in a recording. But yeah, generally people are telling me to stop stamping that. So actually having to coordinate it, yeah, it takes a bit of practice, but yeah, it's just good fun. Just had to make sure that you remember the right shoes, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you need something with a good stamp, not too loud.
Yeah, no rubber soles.
Exactly.
Especially after we'd had, 4 months of, being locked down, not playing with other people, then to have something where you can just, let go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And there was a great sense in those sessions, which were in July. So just when everything would be sort of unlocked back up again, I guess. And there was a great sense of relief and release. And that really comes out in the way that you play it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Rod. Bye.